All right, you are live. Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning back in to another live chat with Jeanette. I give all glory, honor, and praise to the Most High. All right, this is not coming up as a pop up live because I am on StreamYard. So I hope you guys get your notification and come in and chat it up with me because I do have some updates that I need to share with you all. And um, I just didn't feel like doing a regular video and doing the editing and all those things like that. I decided to just go live and share, my updates. You know, um, StreamYard has changed. I have not been on StreamYard. I have not been live a lot, and especially on StreamYard. And so there are a lot of changes that's going on StreamYard. So I got to get back acclimated to all those changes, like even seeing my comments. Hey Shay, what's up? How are you? Good morning. How are you? Yes, great morning, right? Let's say great morning. So good to see you. Long time no see. My changes that I have on here, if the light goes in and out, is because I need to change a bulb. So I got a lot of things that's going on, and I have not been posting as much. I have not been recording as much. And to be honest with you, it's because I'm really trying to get my spiritual house in order. Okay. In life, sometimes you just got to prioritize things, right? And getting my personal relationship with our Heavenly Father has been my number one goal. Okay. It is not just has been, it is my number one goal is to get my house in order with Him. And when you try to do that and you try to navigate work, you know what I'm saying? Content, reading your scriptures, and just doing all the things, crocheting. I was like, you know what? There's nothing more important than that. But I do have some changes that's going on in my personal life. And Sunday, I have a schedule for my Sunday morning live. So I do have schedule for Sunday. And I think I will be here Sunday to do our Sunday morning live. But after that, I have to start working on Sundays. Like that's the update that I would like to share with you all. That after this one, no, after Sunday that's coming up, um, my schedule is it's going to look different. So actually, the Sunday morning lives are just going to be obsolete until further notice because I definitely have to um, work now. You know what I'm saying? So trying to, you know, get your finances in order. Y'all know all of the things. We all adults here and we all got responsibilities and we know what's important and where money has to come from. As much as I would just absolutely love to be a full-time content creator, just recording all day and sharing and showing and all those things like that, it's just not happening right now. For those folks that's able to make social media a career and doing it, but even when you're doing social media and people that's making social media their full-time income, y'all, it's a lot of work. It seemed easy enough, but to be honest with you, it's really not that easy. Trying to come up with content, trying to engage your audience, trying to see what they like and what they like from you, because everybody likes certain things from certain people, you know what I mean? So you trying to figure out, what do my audience want to see, want to hear, want to know from me? Like, I can get some people on my line and they just want me to, every time I make something, they'll say make a tutorial. But if that tutorial is not going to get the views that it needs to get, and you're not charging for patterns. I don't charge for patterns. I tried one time to write a pattern. It was so much work to write those patterns because you got to be so strategic when writing patterns. Because when you write in patterns, patterns are not just for your size. So you got to put in the information if somebody wanted for petite, you got to put in the information if people wanted for large or XL and so forth and so on. So writing patterns seemed easy enough, but for me, it was not easy. I know even when I do my tutorials and I have like my garments that I make, I always get questions about how to make it larger, how to make it smaller, how would the outcome be if it was in a different material. Like I may have done the video, I may have done the tutorial in just say and they may ask me how would it look if I did it in acrylic or thread. I don't know that information. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even try to answer those questions in a perfect type of way only because I don't know. If I did a tutorial in cotton, I can only tell you what I did in cotton. Now, had I did that and have you to pay for that tutorial or pay for that pattern, then it would be important for me at that point to tell you if you use acrylic or something like that takes so much of your time. People don't realize they really don't realize the the work that you have to do patterns. So I decided no, I can't do patterns. I'd rather do tutorials. And when I'm doing my tutorials, I'm like, I'm giving you what I know, what I'm doing. I'm giving you what I know, what I'm doing. So when you paying for someone's tutorial pattern, you have, the right to ask them to break it down to you, to really go into depths about A, B, and C. That's your prerogative. You should be like, I need more information. I need you to explain to that. But when I'm doing a tutorial, I'm limited. I am limited with the information that I am providing with you. I use a size J hook. I use peaches and cream cotton, and I made this hat or I made this poncho. Now you can take that same thing, that same tutorial, and use a different material. And then that's it. I get questions as far as like how much yarn you use, what's the weight. I mean, just very thorough details on when I do tutorials. And I have to sometimes like, check myself to say, you know what, they're just asking for help. I don't think anyone is trying to be anything other than trying to be for help. But I can only help you with what I know. I don't know. If I'm following someone's tutorial, all I need to know, maybe because I'm an advanced crocheter, you know what I mean? Well, I'm intermediate. I'm not saying I'm advanced because it's some stitches out here. It's not that I can't do. Sometimes I don't feel like I have the patience to do it because, like mosaic crocheting, when I see people doing mosaic crocheting and they are really just like changing up those yarn colors and doing all these fancy designs and stuff like that, I wouldn't say I can't do it because I absolutely can do it. I don't always have the patience to do it. Like I don't know. And that's something that I need to really get in to start doing so that I can gain patience from doing it because I know I can do it. But at the same time, when someone is doing a tutorial, the only thing that I'm going to suggest, only thing that I would ask is if I can do it slower, like if I can change my mode on my screen to slower, because I'm not going to ask too many questions to the person that did the tutorial because it's free. It's free. And I know people that sells their patterns, they're making thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? We are making dollars when we do it tutorials. Not thousands, not hundreds. I'm saying dollars. So when I see people who sell their patterns, I understand why. I really do. And that's why I had started to wanted to write up my patterns, but it's so much work to do it. and you really do have to have people to test it so they can see your mistakes and things of that nature, because your own self would not see the mistakes that you're doing, but when someone else is following that pattern, not the tutorial, but following that pattern, maybe they can run across mistakes that you probably made and and then you can turn around and make those adjustments. But I see people when I go to Etsy, and I'd be like, wow, they get a lot of orders, but all their orders are patterns. And you could do this pattern. I don't know, it's something that I may look into in the future, because you could do this pattern one time. One time you had to do that pattern, and then you get thousands of people who wanted that pattern. And you could do that tutorial one time, and you still would not make the money that the person that sells their patterns make. So when I'm being, just really asked a lot of questions, I'm like, you just gonna have to follow that tutorial. You're gonna have to just probably watch it more than one time. And when you're watching someone's tutorial, if you're not watching the ads, that person's not even getting paid even for their tutorials. We get paid by AdSense. So it's the ads that pays. YouTube is the platform. That's what you see it on. You see it on YouTube. But AdSense, those ads are what pays you. So you put a lot of work into doing a tutorial, doing it for free, and then someone keep hitting skip the ads, and you like, wow, I didn't make anything off that. So that's why some people, they like, no way. They like, no way would I just do a tutorial. I know people who do patterns and then they associate a tutorial with that pattern. So they did the pattern, you pay for the pattern, but if you ran into any hiccups, then they will link a YouTube tutorial for that. And I understand why they do that as well. So I'm just trying to understand my craft and to really make my craft work for me and not against me. And it doesn't work against me at all. But I just want it to be a little bit more, financial, something that I can, kind of benefit and profit from, because I feel like people benefit from the tutorials. I have a lot of tutorials out there. I'm on a lot of other social medias, and I hear how people say, "Oh, I use your patterns and I got 10 orders." And I'm like, "Oh, that's wonderful. Trust and believe. That is a beautiful, wonderful thing." But then my only question is, when you watch my tutorial, did you watch the ads? Because I gave you something for free, but you can help me by, watching an ad or doing a super chat or a super sticker, something to show some type of, appreciation. The one thing I like to do when I'm watching people tutorials, I like to run their ads, because I know that's how they are getting paid. But if you're just tuning in, good morning. How are you? I hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful day so far, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time you're watching me in this neck of the woods. I got some free time. And so I wanted to use this time, because I'm going to repeat myself on Sunday, but after my Sunday morning live on Sunday, that's going to be my last one, because I am now going to be working on Sundays. Okay. You got to get it in how you can. All right. We got to just get it in how you can. You don't know anyone's financials, woes, or situations. So we just want to make sure that you're okay. And nobody is responsible for that. You are responsible for that. I mean, I have kind of lived the life and tried to make others responsible for things that I needed to be responsible for. So now you get older, okay? Let wisdom sit in, and the older you get, you realize that I am responsible for more than I anticipated, right? I try to pass the buck, but I decided to, retract and get those responsibilities for myself. And right now, I could definitely use the income, the extra income, and so I have to do what I have to do, and that's what I'm going to do. But I got so many other things that I've been seeing here on the YT of people making. So I got new yarn that I'm getting ready to purchase. I got things that I have made in the past. A lot of times when I'm seeing people make stuff, I've already made it. I've been doing this for a very, very, very long time. The difference in making it, I think what happens is I love the color wave that a lot of the yarn shops are coming out with. And sometimes you could be doing a granny square, right? But someone would come with a vibrant, colorful, multiple, uh, color wave, and it would make that granny square look totally different. And you'd be like, wait a minute, I know I have been making granny square. What is it about your granny square that's popping and so vibrant? So I've been seeing thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that. I've been seeing so many Granny Square projects, and I am going to do a video on everything that I have made using Granny Squares because it's nothing that I haven't made. Well, I can't say it's nothing, but I have made a quite a bit of things using Granny Squares. However, I have not made everything using Granny Squares. And so what I've been inspired to do, and that's why I had did a tutorial, because I know people are inspired when they see Granny Square projects, because you can make almost anything in a Granny Square. I mean, you can make almost everything with the Granny Square stitch. It's absolutely amazing. So I know it's a lot of people. I get a lot of oh, let me stretch that leg out. Oh, I got a lot of people that's watch my channel that is new to crocheting. How do I know? They tell me. They say I am new to crocheting and I love to watch yours because your videos, your tutorials are easy to follow. And I specifically do it that way. I do everything. My regular subscribers and my regular viewers are more advanced. They already got the logistics. They already know the basic. They already know. But you cannot make your tutorials based on no, just anyone Pacific. You got to make it for everyone, even if they are beginners. I know that some people that do videos, and I know I can crochet, but sometimes I be like, I need this to be in a more simpler manner. I'd be like, I know how to crochet, but I need to find, like when I did the virus shawl, I was looking for a lot of tutorials for the virus shawl, and I'm like, why I can't find the right tutorial for a virus shawl until I went across Fiber Spider, and so you don't know what level of people need for your tutorials. So that's why I try to make mine as simple, but sometimes I do complicate it. But majority of my tutorials are very basic because but the outcome, okay, the outcome is still absolutely gorgeous because I know I have the reviews to back that up. So even though it may be simple, I just always try to get patterns that I know people will like. Okay, even though that was simple, I'm so grateful how it turned out. And when people tell me I tweaked it and I did something different to your pattern, absolutely. Don't we all? That's why I had did this post one time, because I was hearing someone say that don't steal someone else's idea. I'm like, we all take it from one another. Like, there's nothing original about anybody. Like, what's already done has already been done. I'm in the book of Ecclesiastics. There's nothing new under the sun. Absolutely, unequivocally, nothing new under the sun. So everything that is being done has been done already. It may be done with a different color wave or different, I don't know, but it's already been done. So I said we all grasp from inspire one another. Sometimes I do people tutorial and I put my own twist. I'd be like, you know what, I want this to go a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want it to look a little bit different. But you was the inspiration. You was the motivation behind what I did. So never think someone is taking something from you per se. They are not taking anything from you per se. They are being inspired by you. And anytime that, and this was happening when I first started YouTube, um, people would do a tutorial and then they'll say, don't steal my pattern. I'm like, that's impossible. You can't do you can't do a DIY or show somebody how to do something and feel like they taking from you. You can't do that because you giving it to them. And once you give it to them, it's out for everyone to utilize, right? So just know that we all are just being inspired by one another, sharing our gifts and our talents with one another. And if someone else can benefit from it, kudos to them. I mean, I always tell people, they be like, I'll use your pattern. Do you mind if I sell it? I say, honey, if you made it, you sell it and you make as much money as you can. Just hey, all I asked was people at the beginning was, I said, can I get a shout out? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm asking you for is a shout out. If you use my tutorial, say shout out to DOYcreations for this tutorial. That's all. You ain't got to do it every time you post something, but as long as you gave me my recognition, because that's what I do for people. If I'm using your pattern, if I'm using your tutorial, I'm definitely going to give you that shout out. Like, this is who I learned this from. Even if I don't follow your tutorial to its entirety, I still would give you that, that recognition. I will give you that shout out or whatever is needed, right? Because that's what we're here for, y'all. I'm not here for anything other than to be as creative as I can be. I just got just to change some things around, get some things in order so that I can, so I can be the best version of myself. And that's all my goal is, to be the best version of myself, whatever stage that you are in your life right now, whatever place that you are in your life right now, it is never too late to be a better you. Always trying to be a better version of yourself. And I'm looking for betterment, even though I'm older, even though, life can sometimes be life. And what does that mean? Sometimes life could be kicking your butt. Sometimes life can just be, you be like, you just want to scream. You like, literally, you just want to just scream sometimes. And I tell you, if you need to scream, go ahead and scream. Get it out of your system, okay? And ask the Heavenly Father to work with you and work on you. Because without His guidance, without His help, we are helpless. We are helpless, y'all. We need his guidance and we need his help and we need his creativity, because what he did, he created. And so he puts that creativity inside of us. He created the heavens and the earth. He created the sea and all that dwells in it. So he is the creator. So he put a level of creativity inside of us. So all of us possess some type of creativity. Some people have the gift of gab. They can talk very well. They're very articulate. Some people can draw very well. Some people can just do mechanic things very well and never been to mechanic school. So sometimes we all possess something, and we just have to find out what is that possession or what is that gift that we have. And that's why, with our school system, it really lets us down. I don't know in other countries how they operate, but I can say here, a lot of the school system doesn't tap into the children gifts and talents. You can see what a child likes or dislike at a very young age. I mean, you can see that even in kindergarten. It's just certain things kids do that if teachers paid attention more to their things that they like some children, you could just find them singing, just singing all the time. You can see some children, they just like to draw or they like to gaze out. Like, they could be an astrologer, they can be a meteorologist, they could be a lot of other things when we pay a little bit more attention to their ability and their talents. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that I paid attention to my daughter is two things that my daughter, well, three things that my daughter loves to do when she was little. My daughter loves to write poetry. She loves poetry. And she also loved it to act. You know, she was like, Mom, I'm a born actress, and she liked to sing. And these are her gifts. These are her talents that she possessed. It's within her. And I didn't ignore it. I didn't just sit it to the side and just didn't try to, you know, nourish it and, help it to grow, and you go so far and then they supposed to take the torch and go even further. And that's what me and my daughter, we did. I was like, I see something in you and I want to explore it. And, it's all to the glory, making sure that it's always to the glory of God. I don't want it to be to the glory of man and all those things like that. And one of the things that my daughter loved to do was sing, and we actually went after, we pursued her singing abilities. We did pursue it. But, with the industry that people are in, whether it's the music industry, whether it's, Hollywood, acting and things of that, if it's not to the glory of our Heavenly Father, I don't want to have no means. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I'd rather stay local. And that's what she was singing. She was kind of singing locally. I'm like, because there always a price to pay. Like the higher you go up in these type of industries, there are things you have to do. And I wasn't willing to, to sacrifice, your integrity or your relationship with the creator just so you could become, this celebrity or something like that. Because a lot of our celebrities are very sad. And I'm like, why are you guys so sad? Why you all are so suicidal? Why do you guys, do all these things? And a lot of the stuff is they trying to press, what I'm saying? They're trying to press down the things that they had to go through to achieve those things that they have achieved. And it's like, wow, if they really tell your stories like later on in life, as they get older and more mature and all these things, you could just start hearing it in their conversation. I was seeing a video with Will Smith, and one of the things that Will Smith was talking about, he was saying that after you get all the things that you wanted, the cars, the trips, the house, the relationships, the boats, and all these things, he said they absolutely don't. Hi, Miguel. Howdy. How are you today? So good to see you. Will Smith said that after you get all these things that you thought you wanted, needed, he said it was the fun was just a journey. It wasn't it was just a journey. And he found that out later on in life. He was like, it's no more exciting. It's not exciting. He said, because it's always exciting to want to work towards something. But what happens when you get everything that you want? What happens to you when you get everything that you wanted? It's no fun. It's not fun. And this is coming out of his mouth. He said the journey was just to want it. Like a lot of them strive for winning some type of Emmy or Globe or whatever those things that they be winning, those trophies that they be winning. And so I mean, that's your goal, that's your mission, that's your, whatever. And then you get it. And then you get the other one. And then you get three or four of them. It's not exciting anymore because you got it. The fun part was the exciting part of life is the journey. We cannot wait to get to the destination, right? I can't wait to get there. And once you get there, it's fun in the beginning, but then you just realize how many things that I missed on my way to this destination. I remember one time I drove to this restaurant for years. Okay, it's like my favorite vegan restaurant. I drove to this restaurant for years, and my focus was always on the restaurant. Um, Things never should. Yeah, my focus was always on the restaurant. One day, I decided to drive slow, And I was looking around. I didn't even know that there was apartment buildings on my left side because the restaurant is on my right side. And I always looked it right. I never looked it over. I never paid attention to what was on the left side of me. And one day I'm just driving, not in a hurry, just want to, you know what I mean? Just wanted to be in the moment. And I said, when did these buildings come here? And they was like, who I was in the car with, they said it's those always been there. I said, are you kidding me? These apartments was always there. So sometimes we so focused on the destination that we don't enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Sometimes we just gotta slow down and and things are right in front of us that we are missing because we're so focused on the destination. We so focused on the outcome that we don't enjoy the income. We just don't enjoy it. I have gotten old enough and wise enough to know to enjoy it all. Enjoy it. I leave out the house early intentionally so that I don't miss anything. I don't miss the birds singing or flying. I don't miss the trees, the wind moving the trees. I don't miss things that was right in front of me because I'm always in a hurry. I don't like to rush life. Time is time is doing its thing. And we don't understand we rush time. We don't think that we rush time. Oh no, I'm in the moment. I'm in the moment. No, you're not. You already planning for the season, the next season ahead. How can you be present when you're so far in the future? Sometimes we just got to be present. Be like, God, just be present with me right here, right now, in this moment. Be present with me. But we are so far ahead of what we're trying to do and what we want to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it's good to just to be in the moment. I'm just going to be right here, right now because I'm missing things. What am I missing? And sometimes we don't think that life is fair or life ain't going the way that we want life to go. Life is going exactly the way it's supposed to go. If we would just learn to take time to just breathe and see what it is that I'm missing. What am I not seeing? What am I not doing? What am I not hearing? Some people say, God, I can't hear your voice. That's because you're talking too much. God, I can't see I can't see what you're doing because you're moving. You're too busy. Exactly, Miguel. Be still. But sometimes we can't. We so hey sis, your average logic thinker, you say great message. So true. I'm always worried about next week and next month. And it's instructed to us. Breathe. Yes. Uh Yes, and be still. We always so consumed. We so consumed as though we have control. If I plan for tomorrow, what good is that plan? And there's nothing wrong with planning. It's always good. A good planner is awesome. But I have no control over it. I have no control over nothing. I was planning on last Saturday, I was planning on A, B, and C. And guess what happened? These are my plans in action. And guess what happened? My car broke down. Guess what? That wasn't part of my plan. My plan did not include my car breaking down, but it did. And boy, did it cost me. And boy, is it costing me. Not it did cost me, it's costing me. You understand what I'm saying? That was not part of the plan. I planned on doing A, B, and C. How did DEF get in here? I don't know, but it did. Now I got two things can happen. I can get very upset and just be mad with the world, or I can accept what just happened and move forward. I take the latter. I'm going to accept what happened. As they say, ish happens, right? Stuff happens, right? It happens. Who are you? Are we exempt? Are you the exempt one? No, we're not the exempt. things happen. It's what you do when it happens. Build character for yourself. Build character with your relationship with our Creator. Standing on 10 for Him. I say, Father, this is costing me. This is costing me. And I had 3 police officers behind me because my car broke down and they told me that I'm endangering the other drivers. I said, excuse me? I'm endangering myself. That's not my intention on endangering anyone. You know what I mean? And, sometimes you get nice officers and sometimes you don't. You know what I'm saying? And I got 3 squad cars behind me because my car broke down. Not to help me. Not to help me. No. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what I'm going to do with this? What am I going to do with what just happened to me? I got 2 things can happen. I can get angry as all outdoors, or I can accept what just happened. I accept what happened. I let them do what they needed to do so that I can do what I needed to do. And life goes on. Okay? Life goes on. It's called malfunction. It was just my car broke down. What can I do? I didn't want it to. Trust and believe. I didn't want it to. It was not part of my plan. That's why I said you can plan it, but that don't mean that's the way it's going to go. And what you do with it determines how well of a person, how you handle the situation. Yeah, you say it's a locked mindset also. Absolutely. Sorry about that. I'm just moving. It is. You got to understand it wasn't on top of your. Yeah, right, exactly, Miguel. Wow, God protected though. Yeah, he's gonna always protect you. He's gonna always protect you. Sorry. He's gonna always protect you. He's gonna always protect you. And I was telling one of the officer, I said, he was like, you endangering other people's life. I said, excuse me? It, did you think I do this? Did you think I messed my car up on purpose? I didn't do that on purpose. Trust me, I did do it on purpose. I prefer to move off the street and go about my business. Now that's what I prefer to do, officer. But I had a nice officer, so let's not make them all bad because I had a nice one. He came along and he said, ma'am, if you're able to move this car, we're going about our business. But I just couldn't move it. It broke down. What can you do? What can you do? So I decided that I'm going to keep calm and crochet on. I'm going to keep calm. I am going to keep calm and I'm going to, do what I need to do. And I'm so glad I had that uh, um, mindset. That wasn't always my mindset. But I always also realized getting upset, getting worked up only make the situation worse. Because if somebody is in a bad mood and you match that energy of bad moodness, guess what happens? Nothing gets resolved. It made matters worse. It make matter worse. I was like, you know what? I can look at the negative of this and I can find the positive of this. And the positives of this thing, my legs work. My feet work. Okay, I can walk it off. Okay, because my car ended up being towed. It had to be towed. I was like, I can walk it off. Okay, I don't have to. I'm not a person that can't get around. I can still get around. It's called bus service. It's called rental. It's called other options that I have available for me to I'm able to get this rectified. Until then, life goes on. Life is going to go on whether you're in a hospital or whether you are at home. So make sure you're at home because you didn't have a nervous breakdown. And it's been really hot here. That cop could be used, people, to lash you out. Yeah, yeah, sometimes they are. They be in such a bad mood. And, I'm not here to challenge them. I'm not here to make their mood any worse. Okay. But I am a taxpaying citizen. Okay. You're here to serve and protect. Who is that for when you say serve and protect? Because you was no service to me and I didn't feel protected by you. I felt threatened by you. I literally did. I feel more threatened than I feel protected. But I know who my God is. So do you, and I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna stay calm. If you got an attitude, you're gonna have to have that attitude by yourself. Go drink you some cold water and relax yourself, because the heat is on, and people have things that's going on in their life, and they looking for a person to take it out on. They're not going to direct their issues that they have with the person who they need to take it out on. They're going to find an innocent bystander and take all that frustration out on that person that had nothing to do with nothing. But you was the straw that broke the camel back and all these things that nature, No, direct your energy to where it needs to be directed, because I'm not your problem. It was just a breakdown, but I'm not your problem. And I'm not going to become your problem, and you're not going to become mine. Yesterday our heat index was 103. Oh wow, Miguel. Oh yeah, drink extra water. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Mm, yeah, the heat is on, and some people can handle the heat, but sometimes the heat can make us frustrated, right? And that is nobody exempt from. Sometimes the heat, you could be like, this heat feels so good, and sometimes it could be a little, especially if it's high with the humidity, it can make you a little bit annoying. It could be a little bit annoying, and it can make people more crankier. They just become so cranky, and we're all guilty of it, right? We're all guilty of it. I can get so mad at that officer and officers, because I had to tell the lady officer. I said, Miss, female to female, help me out. She's like, girl, anybody trying to help you out? But she did help me. She was saying she wasn't, but actually she was. She was helping me out on the side, on the slide. She was trying not to see her counterpartners of her helping me out, but she was kind of still helping me out because she was delaying stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing about it is, let people do their job. You know what I'm saying? We all have a job to do. I'm not here to make your job hard. You know, I'm just here. I'm just here. Okay. I'm just here. And all things, listen, Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for the good to them that loves the most high, to them that is called according to his purpose. All things work together for the good. And it worked it together for my good. And so here the officers went on by their day. Here I went on by my day. Okay. That's why I say life goes on. It's good to read your Bible so you can know these scriptures, so you can remind yourself of these verses. So when these things happen to you in your life, you don't just go into a frenzy, but you say, all things work together to them that love you most high, to them that is called according to your purpose. You're saying you start quoting different verses. Whatever verses that you like and need for yourself to carry on, memorize those verses and they will come in handy. The Bible is a blueprint for us to know how to carry ourselves and how to treat one another. God order our steps. Nothing takes him by surprise. Nothing. Nothing takes him by surprise. You don't know if he's orchestrating all these things that's happening. He could be doing this to see how well your faith is, how much you put your trust in him and not yourself. Because honey, sometimes we can trust ourselves more than him. Well, good morning, Dims Designs. How are you this morning? So good to see you. Let's see what you said. Good morning, Queen. I finally made your live. I wanted to thank you for all of your crochet tutorial videos. You are so from the bottom of my heart. So welcome. Uh, you learn a lot from you and love using your videos to make items. Oh, you learn a lot from me. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Let me tell you something. Things like that is the reason why I go on with these tutorials. Sometimes I be like, I'm not making no more tutorials. But sometimes I be like, when I hear stuff like this, and I thank you for saying that. When I hear stuff like this, it makes me just carry on. Y'all know that the Bible said a good word is like medicine to the bone. It's nourishing. To say something kind to someone, I needed that. I appreciate that. We don't know what we need until we get it, right? Sometimes we just don't know what we need. But when we get it, you be like, that was so cool. I really appreciate that. So I'm very thankful. And I got other tutorials that I would like to come by and share with you all. So stay tuned for all of those things. And then, like I said, catch up on my videos. If you miss any of my videos, just let them play. Just thumbs it up, put a heart in the comment, and just let the videos play, because we need the watch hours. Just because you got your watch hours don't mean you don't need more watch hours. Honey, you do. I'm trying to tell you, you do. You are so welcome. I shared your ruffle hat tutorial with my sister, and she made her first crochet item ever using your video. Great instruction. Oh, awesome. Let me tell you something. Those ruffle hats will never go out of style. Ruffle hats are here to stay. Ruffles in general, okay, period, is here to stay. I'm saying like ruffle, what do you got? Those ruffles, sandals. Y'all know we did ruffle sandals years ago, but ruffle sandals came back out where you take some flip flops and then you just crochet over them, but you make them in ruffles, the ruffle stitch, the ruffle headbands, the ruffle hats, whatever it is, ruffles around your finished product. Like if I did a dress and I did the ruffles around it, girl, you could do a lot with ruffles. Y'all better work those ruffles. Yes, I love that. I know they are awesome. They are so awesome. So I appreciate that. Did you share your pictures with me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok? I'm all over social media. Not really, because sometimes social media just consumes so much of my time, y'all. I be had to give myself I need to give myself a timeout. Okay. I got an adult. I give myself a timeout on not YouTube, but other social medias. I will give myself a timeout in a minute because I can scroll to my eyeballs, feel like they're just going to drop out of my head. Like one time I watched so much social media that tears was coming out of my eyes because that's how much scrolling I did. And I was like, oh my goodness, it is late in the evening. I need to be going to bed. But yet, even in bed, I'm just scrolling and I'm scrolling. Because once you start scrolling, it's hard to stop, y'all. It's addictive. It's so addicting, isn't it? It's like, it's the same name as on YouTube. I got the same name, so it won't be hard to find me, and I think I got the same picture. So you definitely won't have a problem finding me there. So yeah, girl, let's follow each other so I can see your work, girl. Okay. So that would be so much fun. But y'all, sometimes I gotta give myself an adult time out. Not only children need time out, we need time out too. Let me tell you what adults need. Oh, you're so welcome. No, thank you. Let me tell you something. Adults need time out. Adult needs naps. Okay, we can use a timeout and we can use a nap as well before it's too hot. I appreciate. Oh, thank you, Miguel. Go get those chores done. Okay, and have the most amazing day. Okay, make it a great day. That's all. We have the power to make it a great day, but we can also have the power to make it a bad day. So let's make it the best day we can. All right. So yeah. So that's gonna be the updates and the changes that I'm making. I will, like I said, recap it again on Saturday. I mean on Sunday because I will be Miguel said blessing child blessings to you. um I will be, what else am I going to say, going live again on Sunday. And sometimes we don't always have products and things and finished crochet items to share. So go live and talk to people. Sometimes we just gotta show up for our subscribers. We gotta show up for our community, because this is a community. And even though it's a lot of people that has fallen away and I haven't seen in months, probably now years or a year, I've been thinking about so many people. I'm like, where are they? I had to go back and like type in their YouTube channels to see where they are. Have they been posting and a lot of them haven't. They just have not been here on the YT. And I tell anybody, being a content creator, unless you just on here just to be on here for just to conversate or just to talk or whatever like that, it can become work. Okay, it can become work. And so it's so many people so many people I haven't seen in so long. And I'm like, wow, I really miss them. And their content was amazing. Their crochet work was amazing. Their character was positive and, all the wonderful things. But I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them. So that's why sometimes when I stay away for too long, I try to just like do a live chat or do a pop up live, let people know that I'm still here because some of our follow people has been in the hospital, you know what I'm saying, or dealing with health issues. A lot of them are dealing with health issues. And I will tell anybody, your health comes first, not social media, not YouTube. Your health comes first. And when you have to walk away from whatever you have to walk away from to get yourself together, then that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to just have to walk away from it and be like, you know what? I got to get myself together because I'm going through whatever I'm going through. Because, as we all say, life be life. And when, when those lemons be thrown to you, you got to catch them and make some lemonade and try to carry on. But man, it is so many people I miss so much watching on the YT. It's some people videos I don't miss. It's like once I see they post, I'm clicking. It's certain people. We all got our favorites. I would never shout out my favorites. But I definitely would say this. Okay, what you say? Hold on. Good morning, Queen. Thanks, Dempster. Oh, good morning. Good morning, Almond Brown. Good morning. You said, good morning, Queen. Thanks, Ed Dempster Design, sharing your live with me. And thank you, ma'am, for your rough. Oh, I had to tell you, you are so welcome. Post on my community wall for you. I will check it out. Yes, I will. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just love when people appreciate the time and the effort that one may put in to do these tutorials. So we all, you say that's my sister. Oh, hey, sister. Hey. That is so awesome. Yeah, share it on your post. I can't wait to see it. What I like to see is the different varieties of colors people come up with. Some people do them they do those ruffle hats in scrap yarn, solid print, variegated. Um, they do it in so many different, they do it in so many different colorways. So it's always exciting. I was just telling myself, I definitely want to try some new colorways out for the fall and for the winter months. But people wear ruffle hats even in the summertime. I'll be like, okay, do your things. I can't wear the hats in the summertime. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. So I really just like to make them for the fall and for the winter time because that's the only time I can wear them. Okay, hint, hint. But I love to see what colors people choose, and there's no wrong color for a ruffle hat. There's no wrong color for anything that you make. If that's your thing, girl, do your thing. Okay, y'all better stop playing. You say it was really easy for me to follow. Awesome. And she does it then. Okay, let's see. Let's read all what you said. You said it was really easy for me to follow. Them showed me how she does it. Then I was able to follow okay, your way even more. I plan on making more. Oh, awesome. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You said you are appreciated. Girl, that sounds like a song. You are appreciated. Okay, girl. Thank you so much. And that's all I be needing to hear. I be listen, okay? You gotta feel appreciated. Anything that we do in life, we want to feel appreciated. Whether you want your children to appreciate you, you want your family to appreciate you, you want your job to appreciate you. I mean, you want to feel appreciated. I mean, you like it's like if there's no appreciation here, what we doing here? Why am I here? You know what I'm saying? So we all need that level of appreciation every now and again. Okay, you ain't got to say it all day, every day, but I do need to hear it every now and again. I'm just saying, yes, we all need a little encouragement. We do need that to carry on, right? It's like a compliment can, it can mean more to you than even what the person intended it to be because they don't know where you're at that moment, at that second, at that hour, and someone to say, I appreciate you. Well, thank you. For me, it makes me want to try harder and it actually wants to make me do more. When I feel appreciated at work, it really does make me want to do more. And that's all. And the way that you show me that you appreciate me is not only with words, it's with actions. We can get the mouth to say anything, but when you saying I'm sharing what you got, I'm sharing this thing that you got, it makes you feel appreciated even more, right? I know with work they try to use psychology on you, and they be like, "Oh, you're so great, you so this and you that," and when it's time for an increase or a raise, you got 100 reasons why you can't give me this money. Like, I thought you appreciated me. Just like when you call company and they say, oh, thank you for being a valuable customer. Can you make me feel valuable? Can you help me out with A, B, and C? Because that's the only how you feel valuable. Don't tell me I'm valuable. I'm a valuable customer, a valuable member, and I'm asking for some help or support, and you like, well, we can't do this and we can't do that. Like, I don't feel so valuable anymore. Okay. I not over here. So yeah. So I appreciate you ladies. I appreciate it so very much. And like I said, I got more tutorials coming out where I got some people that was asking me for some different tutorials. And it's not that I've been procrastinating with making the tutorials. It's just that I have been trying to take care of some other things. I had to prioritize some things that has been coming up, in my life. And I had to start saying, okay, let me try to get this done. I try to get in where I fit in and I don't try to force it anymore. I used to force things, y'all. I did. I used to force things. And it wasn't working for me. It never worked for me. Everything that I have forced was not working for me. Things that I just relax and let it just be and go where it needs to go has worked out so much better for me. So when I'm doing a tutorial, you guys, just know it's coming from a loving place. It is coming from a loving place. I just did a tutorial on how to make a granny square. I know millions of people know how to make granny squares, but somebody probably just need to see how I made it. You know what I mean? They can follow my tutorial. When I did the ruffle hats, there was a lot of ruffle hats already out there. But someone said, Jeanette, I need you to do it so I can get it. I was like, okay. So it just made me feel good that I'm being used in such a way, being a servant in such a way. I want to be a servant to God first and foremost. And wherever He used me at, I want to be used to be able to help someone. Because you just never know. You can learn how to make these ruffle hats and sell these ruffle hats and make a living off of it. You know what I mean? You can literally make a living off of your talent, your gift that you created with your hands. These are just great gift givers. Making someone a hat and scarf set or blanket or whatever you make it. I like to do it for people who appreciate handmade, because if you don't appreciate handmade, I can't do nothing for you because you ain't going to appreciate it. But for those who appreciate it, it makes me feel absolutely inspired to keep on creating. And that's what we want to do. We want to keep on creating, right? Keep on creating to the best of your abilities. Because I'll do my part and you do your part by watching those videos, watching those ads, and thumbs it up and dropping me a comment. I'm just saying, I appreciate it all. All right, you guys, I just wanted to pop in this morning to say Hey, what's up? How you doing? I hope everyone have a wonderful day. If you haven't had a chance to thumbs up the video, please make sure you thumbs up the videos. Go check out some new tutorials I just recently posted. It's something that you probably already know how to do, but the watch time really helps the channel out. For real, for real. Also, you can check out my membership. You can click on that link to see about my membership and become one of my Dessert Squad members. That also helps support the channel. And trust me and believe, you guys, it really helps support the channel. All right, for real, for real. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave you with that and say thank you again for tuning in to the video. I'll see you guys on Sunday and our Sunday morning live. That's going to be 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you are East Coast, West Coast, check the link. I have those time schedules available in my description. But until next video, continue in love, continue in prayer, and continue reading the word of the Most High. I love you guys, and I'll see you all on Sunday if it be His will. Bye, guys.